All right, baby girl. Well, actually, this video is it's more for the gentlemen. The ladies, you may scroll. Well, actually, no, it's not TikTok. It's YouTube. So scrolling won't work. So just switch to another video. Unless you're ready to hear the truth and that you have a lot of awareness, then you can handle the content. But I wouldn't be surprised if you get extremely triggered by what I'm going to say. But it's all for personal development purposes. So whether it makes you feel good or bad, I do not care. What I care is that you get the message. So what are we going to talk about today? Which is more for the gentlemen. It's how the dating dynamic changes between women in their 20s, women in their 30s, and women in their 40s. Big difference. Big ass difference. And let me explain. I'll give you guys like each bracket. Like I'll explain to you each situation. When you date a woman in her 20s, you'll notice, I'll give you the big picture right away. I have so much to say. The younger the woman is, the more friction you will most likely have to encounter. Meaning, she will challenge you more, she will test you more. And the older she gets, the smoother the ride. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. So that's why I don't want you guys to be like, oh, I should go for an older woman or a mature woman. No, it doesn't mean that. It's just that the dynamic changes and you need to be aware of these things as you go through your life and as you date women. So now let's break it down. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Women in their 20s, especially early 20s, because things changes obviously as she gets older. But let's say she's 20, 21. You have to be aware that she's still discovering who she is. It's like it's unfair from a man that's, let's say, in his late 20s or even early 30s and definitely in his 40s to be like, why is she playing games? Why is she not complying? Why is she making it hard for me to get her out on a date? It's like, dude, she's still going through life. Like, do you remember how you were when you were 20? And that's the thing, is that, man, we work differently, is that the way we process dating doesn't really change unless you do a lot of self-work. But if you didn't do much self-work, men are men. And what does that mean? Is that, man, we like sex. So we're very simple. We're very rational. It's, I like you. I want to take you on a date. I want to kiss you. I want to fuck you. And then repeat. It's that simple for a guy. And the thing is that whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and even 50s, that process still goes on. It's just that as you have more experience, you're able to understand that, look, there's a game behind it. And when I say there's a game behind it, you're not like calculating every single move. That's what someone who's learning the game will do. But when you actually master the game, it happens automatically. You don't even worry about that shit. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to make sure to wait this much amount of time before telling her this. No, there's none of that bullshit. Like, you're just going to live your life and things are going to unfold on its own. But that's why there's problems in dating dynamics, is because the man is still the same in its core of how he approaches dating from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 and plus in his mind. But women, it changes through time, and if you're not aware of that, you're gonna fuck yourself up. So a woman in her 20s, so let's get back to the subject. A woman in her early 20s, she wants to have fun. She just wants to have fun. And when I say she just wants to have fun, I don't want you guys to think like, oh yeah, she wants to like go with the chat or like go like fuck all the rappers or the popular guys or the guys with status. It doesn't necessarily mean this. It just, fun means fun. Fun could be anything. It could be intimacy. It could be activities. It could be working out. It could be traveling. There's so many things, like guys need to get their head out of the gutter and stop like thinking that when somebody says like, oh yeah, she wants to have fun, it necessarily means that she just wants to fuck. Yes, there's a lot of women, that's what they want. Okay, that's these women, but it's not all women. You know, like stop putting every single woman in the same bracket. It doesn't work like that. But the thing is, yeah, in her early 20s, she wants to have fun. She wants to discover life. She wants to live experiences. So if you as a man, and I don't care what age you are, like if you as a man, you try to lock her down, forget it, bro. Forget it. She's not going to be interested because at that time, she just wants to feel free. She's not looking to be in a relationship necessarily. And yes, there are some women that are more mature at a very early age, meaning like in their low 20s, they're already like, oh yeah, I want to find my man and everything. But it's very rare, and normally it catches back to them. These women will get into relationships, and then after 5 years, 10 years, they're like, fuck, like I feel like I should have maybe lived more and done more things on my own than just like settle down. And there's also women that end up in a relationship and they stay married for like the rest of their lives. It happens. Like there's no like, it's not black or gray or, yeah, there's a gray area. It's not black or white. You know, it's like there's always a gray area. So you'll always find that one girl that found the love of her life at 18 years old. And yeah, it was just it. It happens. But it's like, it's one person out of like thousands of people, you know? Like don't think that you're that guy that will lock her down and you guys are gonna have that happily ever after marriage. Like don't think like that. Just live your life. If it happens, good. If it doesn't happen, good too. Because I can be honest with you, a lot of men that stayed single or had multiple experiences and only settled down in their 30s, 40s, or 50s, a lot of them are happy as hell because they were able to learn themselves more than those who settle down too quickly. So that's why you got to be chill with that stuff. Like, don't put that much pressure on yourself to lock a woman down. So you see, in the 20s, it's pretty much, she's like a butterfly. She just wants to fly, you know, like she just wants to go everywhere and like discover the world and meet people, have fun. Okay, now as she gets closer to 25, between 25 and 30, what will happen is that's the phase where it's very crucial for the rest of her life. It's that's the moment where she's gonna start thinking about, I kind of want to, like, you know, settle down, perhaps, you know, like find myself a man with who I could build something. And these years are the years where you're going to notice that it's slightly easier to get a woman out on a date. She will comply more, not just because she wants to please you or that she's afraid of you, but it's more because she's also thinking about her own future. She's like, look, if I want to have something stable, well, I need to act right. And I need to not ghost like I used to do when I was in my early 20s, or flake dates, or, you know, like just be super hard to get out with. But the initial imprinting that she had in her early 20s is still there. It's not fully gone yet. So what will happen is that between 25 and 30, she's still going to be a challenge, especially in today's society. Back in the 90s, you saw a big switch between 25 and between 20 and 25, big switch. You would see it like, it's like night and day. It's like, whoa, it looks like a completely different lady, and it's only 5 years. But yes, 5 years is a lot. But yes, you see a big change. In today's society, a girl that's acting like very difficult, very, you know, like, haha, you're going to have to chase me and stuff like that. At 21, you're going to see women even at the 30s doing that today. And even in their 40s. So that's why I'm explaining to you, you got to, all of this, you got to be careful. But there's still a tendency to change their behavior as they get older. But you'll still find women that are older that act like 21 years old. Like that, I can guarantee you. Like, I've already went on dates with women that are 35, you know, even in their early 40s, as much as even in their 20s. And I can confirm to you that in today's society, because of the matrix and because people are less open to like looking at themselves in the mirror, you'll find women that even in their 40s act like a 16-year-old, you know. And it's good to keep your inner child, but that inner child, you have to know how to use it. It's not when there's actual logistics and you want to make things move forward, you have to like play those games of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make the person sweat and like wonder if I'm ever gonna reach out again, or you know, I'm gonna flake the date last minute. Like at 40 years old, it makes no sense. That's just straight up being immature. You can understand a 20-year-old doing that, but at 40, it's like, what are you doing? But yeah, so the thing is, between 25 and 30, she becomes a little bit more compliant, but she's still playing games. She's still gonna be like, yeah, but I like when the guy chases me, but then at the end of the day, she's not even happy. She wants a man that she'll actually respect, but she's starting to understand that, but it's not fully there. And that's what happens in her early 30s. In her early 30s, that's when it's gonna start hitting her like, okay, like, I really need to get my act right if I wanna like have a good man next to me. But there again, it's only if she takes the time to do the self-reflection. If she's been influenced by the wrong people, if she's been surrounded by, you know, like man that like kept screwing her over and over, and she's used to like drama and stuff like that, she's screwed pretty much. What's gonna happen is that it's gonna be very hard for her to go out of that dynamic and actually make a man's life easier. And when I say make a man's life easier, it doesn't mean like she's easy, meaning she's gonna give sex super easily. No, she has to respect herself at all times. But she will make it easier to like make plans. She's gonna reach out to the guy. She's gonna show her interest to him. That's why I tell you guys, a woman that's into you, you will know it. You will know it. There will be no like, no, you will know it. She will like give you attention. She'll ask you how your day was. She'll want to make plans with you. She'll find reasons to reach out. Especially with today's society, if a woman wants to reach out to you, she will. You block her on Instagram, she wants to reach out to you, she'll call you. She'll find a way to call you with a fake number to reach out to you. I guarantee you, my friend. You do not need to worry about, oh, like, if I don't do this, don't worry. She'll find a way. When a woman needs to reach out to you, she finds a way. And sometimes I'm even wondering, how does she do it? She will do it. Don't worry about that. But yeah, so the thing is, in her 30s, overall, it's easier. She's more compliant. Because why? Also, because the biological clock is there. You know, it's like, oh shit, I need to have kids. And that's why I'm going to give you a little warning as a man. If you start dating a woman in her 30s, you need to see that she's not just dating you because, yeah, I need to have kids by 32, and I need us two to have a house together, and I need these vacations planned every 6 months or whatsoever. You need to see that she's actually there to get to know you, and she understands that, look, this is her life conditions, circumstances, and things will unfold when they need to be unfolded. If she behaves like this, thumbs up. If she's like dropping like almost like ultimatums on you, run away, bro. Run away. This is not good. This is a woman with an agenda, and she does not really care about how you feel about how things are going to move forward. It's probably just a woman that like screwed up a lot in her past, and now she's like, I don't have time to waste. Well, look, you wasted probably a lot of other men's time in the past. Well, I'm sorry, what comes around goes around. So like, if a woman acts like that, you want to stay away from that. It's trouble. It's trouble. It's pressure. You're not gonna feel good. You're not gonna have a good time. And yeah, like you're gonna feel it in your gut. It's not nice. So that's the woman in her 30s. Women in their 40s, what happens normally is that they had time to do self-reflection. Not all of them. Again, you got to remember, in their 40s, it does not mean that they self-reflected. necessarily. Some women will never self-reflect and they'll end up dying never self-reflecting, and that's how life is. Not everybody wins. Not everybody realizes shit. Okay? But the thing is, even the woman who used to maybe press guys in their 30s, I mean, when she was in her 30s, when she reaches 35 and like gets closer to 40, it's kind of like she accepts her fate in some way. And by accepting her fate, she does self-reflections and she's actually able to be happy with that fate. Because in her head, she's like, you know what? I screwed up and look, I'm still alive. It doesn't mean life is over. I can still find myself a man and have pleasure. You know, like, it doesn't mean that you were never able to have kids or never get married or whatever, that you cannot enjoy sex still and live experiences and stuff. So that's what goes through her mind through the time. And what happens is that what you'll notice is that women in their 40s are beyond compliant with dating. Meaning, if she genuinely is interested in you, you're going to see like things are going to flow so easily. And the thing is, if you're not aware as a man that the dynamics change from 20 to 30 to 40 because of her biological clock and also her life experiences, her self-awareness, what's going to happen is that you're going to think like, oh, like, I guess I finally got game. Well, it's like, yes and no. It's just that a woman in her 40s, she's kind of done playing games. A woman in her 40s won't get turned off easily by you texting her every morning, good morning. Because in her head, she'll be like, you know what? Like, it's nice to have peace and have someone that reaches out to you every day. But the thing is, when you're younger and you like that game and you like to play hard to get, it will turn off a woman very quickly in her 20s if a man keeps texting her good morning every morning or good night every night or tries to always make plans with her. Because at that time, she wants to be a butterfly. She just wants to fly around and explore. But at 40 and plus, she's done exploring. So that's why the woman in her 40s and sometimes even in her 30s, it's like, wow, I could text her all the time and she's so like compliant. And then you think that like, and then you're going to start bashing the women in their 20s. But it's that same woman that you're dating that's in her 30s, she was probably doing the same thing in her 20s. You just weren't aware of that. So you need to keep those things in mind. You know, as a man. Now this information I'm giving you, it's going to help you. Because now it's up to you to make a choice. Do you want to be involved with a woman in her 20s, in her 30s, or in her 40s? Because you're allowed to have your taste. If you like women that are more mature, go for it. If you like younger ladies, go for it as well. Go for what you like. But you got to be mentally prepared for how the dynamic is going to go. That if you're dating a woman in her 20s, be aware that you cannot try to control her. And I'll be honest, any age, you should never try to control a woman. That's what a real sovereign man understands. You're not going to try to, like, even a woman in her 40s, you're not going to tell her, I don't want you to go there. I don't want you to do that. Let her be. Let her show you who she is. That's the number one thing. If you allow a woman to show you who she is, it doesn't matter what age bracket you're dating, things are going to go well. Meaning, you're going to see her for who she truly is. If she's a good lady, she's going to stick by your side. If she's a bad lady, you're going to throw her out. You're going to go find somebody else. You're going to let her go. Let her live her life. You guys are not compatible. That's it. That's all. And life goes on. You don't need to try to control her, but you see the problem with a lot of men, because let's be honest, most men love to date younger women, especially in their like 20s. Well, they try to control them. You know why? Because, oh, you got the experience. You know life. Yes, you know life. Let her come to you when she needs the advice. Don't try to tell her, yeah, you know, you do this and it's gonna burn you eventually. You're doing that and then you're gonna get involved in bad situations. If she wants to do it, let her be. Let her fumble herself. It's not you to control. don't lose your mental sanity just to try to be a hero or to be the fodder figure to a lady that doesn't even want to listen to you. There's no point. You know, if she wants your advice, cool. If she just wants to do on I forgot the term, but if she just wants to follow what happens in her own head, let her be. You know? And then you know what? If you keep following your mission, I'm telling you, you're gonna find someone that fits you. And the other ladies from the past who fumble are gonna be like, oh wow, I fumbled. And that's what it is. That's how life is. Not everybody wins, and a lot lose. That's how it is. So I hope this video gave you some value. If you appreciated it, I said appreciated it. If you appreciated the video, you can like, leave some comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos. And yeah, like I'll see you very soon, and stay cool.